So take it, Dr. Sharon, it's yours.
Oh, good evening, everyone. Thanks for taking time out to join us tonight. And I'm really excited, as always, to share information on accessory dwelling units. And I'm so excited to be part of the team, especially with Kristen and Jeanette. They really welcomed me in and had me come in as a strategic partner for ADUs. Teaching across the country and with Jeff's support. So it's really been great and it's just broadening out. This is about our fourth or fifth meeting. And so at the last one, we started talking, and I said, I have a lot of strategic partners, a lot of people I work with. At ADU Advantage, we try to bring clarity to a lot of complex issues and resources. And in that, I have a lot of network and resources and an ecosystem that's nationwide. And so I said, it's time to start bringing in some of my partners, some of the experts that I work with to talk about their particular area so we can take some bite-sized pieces in the ADU process and help people not only in California, but we're branching out across the country. So I am so excited to be here and to have you join in. And tonight I am so privileged that we're going to have TR McCarthy. Okay, TR McCarthy is one of my primary lenders that I've worked with, and we've been working together for several years now, and we've had some very challenging situations helping families leverage their properties with accessory dwelling units. And the one that I just really love is one where we're able to help them in several different ways. Number one, Tiara was able to get the loan done in 14 days. Number two, there was a understanding out in the community that if you didn't own the property or your name wasn't on title, you couldn't get a loan for ADU. And he was able to get this loan for a mother and a daughter, and the daughter wasn't on the property at the time. And so, and the other thing is that I was able to meet with the family to kind of get, to kind of do some control in the family because she was an adult, daughter going through a circumstance. And so she wanted to build an ADU on her mother's property, and her siblings was like, hey, that means if something happened to mom, you get the house. And so there was a lot of bickering going on, and I was able to sit down with them and resolve those issues, and most of all, teach them how to utilize their living trust as the manager for the ADU and for the property, where we laid out how the daughter was going to pay her loan as rental every month to the trust, and the trust was going to pay it back, and how they're going to maintain the property and taxes and so forth. So when we can get our team together to come in and really help families leverage, it is really exciting. And so again, I'm so happy to have TR here tonight, and I'm sure he'll share some of the stories and successes that we've had and that he's had. And he's a great asset to my team, and I'm so privileged to be working with him. Take it away, TR.
Well, first of all, thank you, Dr. Barnes. I truly appreciate you and everything that we've been through. I'm going to go ahead and get started on sharing my screen, and I hope that everybody is excited to be here like I am. Anytime I get a chance to come out and speak with Dr. Barnes and Chris, I take the opportunities to do that. So I don't take it very lightly that I'm here, okay? And what I'm going to do is talk for a few minutes here about ADU Financing 101, mastering the art of backyard development. So again, I want to do a special thanks to the Real Estate Wealth Institute. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Jeanette. I've worked with Chris many times at many events over the years, and she was what I call a professional go-getter, okay? You want to get something done, talk to Chris. She's going to put you in contact with the right person, all right? And I want to also say thank you to Dr. Sharon Barnes. She's one of my oldest and most close strategic partners. She's not only one of the premier ADU specialists in the state of California, I consider her a friend. She's one of the only 5 people that can call me anytime, day or night, and I will answer the phone behind my wife, my 2 kids, and my mama. So thank you, Dr. Barnes. Who am I? Just so you know, my name is TR McCarthy. I am a husband of 17 years. I do have 2 children. My youngest is a musical prodigy. He's playing 4 instruments now at 13. And my oldest is a math guru. And even though I do numbers for a living, he outshines me in every way. He's what now, 16 and doing calculus. And he's actually starting his own tutoring service and a website and giving special classes to tutor in calculus. It's crazy. I am the mortgage broker for Sceptre Mortgage and also the managing member. And I have over 2 decades of industry experience from underwriting all the way to brokering. Okay. In my career, I've closed over 5,000 or helped close over 5,000 loans, which is no small feat. I enjoy what I do every single day, and I am a published author and a public speaker. Now, let's get to the good stuff while you're here. Unlocking the potential of what is an ADU. We're going to talk briefly about 3 different things in this particular presentation: owner occupied, homeowners who want to build an ADU. We're going to talk about investment programs for ADUs, and we're going to talk about self employed borrowers and how to finance as well. So, unlocking the potential, what is an ADU? An accessory dwelling unit, again, is a secondary resident unit on a single family lot. A detached is a standalone unit, not attached to the home, and attached is addition that is connected to the main house. And we also have the most common garage conversion, which is repurposing the garage into a living space for rental or personal use. What is the value proposition? Why build now? Passive income. You can generate monthly rental revenue that often exceeds the financing cost of the construction. You can increase the value of your property, add significant square footage, and the appraised value of your primary residence will raise. And we have multi-generational living. Provide private, comfortable housing for aging parents or independent children who are now moving back into the home. We know that we have grown kids out there. It's rough out there in the streets, and sometimes they have to come back home for a little bit of assistance. Don't put them in your house, build an ADU, so when they move out, you can rent that property out. The path to completion, your journey. This particular picture, just so you know, is one of our strategic partners. They have ADUs that are already plans in different cities. This is at the ADU showcase in Fontana, which I'm always blessed to be a part of. And they show you how they put these things together. Okay, the feasibility, you want to check local zoning, utility capacities. You want to get the designs, the draft architectures and plan, get the permitting and navigate the city, county approvals. Financing, secure your capital with Sceptre Mortgage or the Real Estate Wealth Institute, okay? And construction, physical build, and inspections. Dr. Barnes can help you with all of those except for the financing. I can help you with the financing. All right, financial impact, return on your investment. Let's just say the average cost of most ADUs, depending on how you build it, let's just say between $250,000 and $300,000. Let's say the cost of building an ADU on a monthly basis, let's say between $1,800 to $2,200 a month. In most areas, in certain areas here in California, depending on where you are, you can rent that out for about $3,500. Sometimes it's lower in certain areas, sometimes it's higher in certain areas. I've seen up to $6,000 in some areas, just depending on where you are. But if that's the case, it's paying for itself. Purchasing with an ADU potential. So let's just say you identify a home and it's perfect for you. You said, I want to get this property. You talk to Dr. Barnes and she's done her investigation and they say, okay, it looked like you can put an ADU on this particular property. Well, you search large lots. You can utilize a renovation purchase loan and we can bundle the construction into that mortgage. We count projected rental income in helping you qualify for the loan from the ADU itself. And those particular loans are very common in this particular practice. Owner occupied refinancing options. There's usually 2 to 3. The most famous that people know is if you have a lot of equity in your home, a cash out refinance, most people take that cash out. They'll take anywhere between, depending on how much it costs, $150,000, $300,000 out, and they get the ADU built fast, seamless, and it works. But what happens if you don't have enough equity to do that, to fulfill that building amount? Well, then we can do what's called a renovation loan. And that renovation loan, actually, we can get you approved on the after built value of the property. So let's just say your home is worth $600,000. After we build this ADU and add all of that square footage, it's going to be worth roughly, I don't know, $750,000 or $800,000. Well, we're going to be lending off of that amount. The next best option will be a HELOC. It's the flexible powerhouse. It keeps your low interest first mortgage, if you have one, and just adds a second line of credit. Interest only payments you can pay only what you draw during construction. There's usually low origination fees, often available lower closing costs, and it's revolving credit. So once you pay that particular amount that you took out back, as long as it's within the draw period, you can still draw that money out again for additional projects. It's flexible, highly flexible. Closing costs are low, and speed to fund is really fast. Usually, we can get those done in 7 to 15 days. Renovation loans, building on value. Again, leveraging the future value of the property. Fannie Mae Homestyle Renovation is one. It's a conventional option for higher ADU projects. There's also an FHA 203K loan. There's two versions of that. You can qualify with lower credit scores and lower down payments as well. And then we have one of my favorites is a one-time close. Let's just say you want to build from the ground up. You want to buy property, you want to build your home, and you want to build an ADU at the same time. The one-time close will allow you to do that. Once we get that loan, you can buy property, you can build, and it's all bundled into one simple loan. So you don't have to get a construction loan and then refinance out of it. You can do it with a one-time close loan. It is very, very convenient. Cash out refinance, maximizing your liquidity. Why do people do cash out refinances? If you have the equity, it's a one-time loan. You can basically get as much equity as you can out of it in a lump sum to fund your project up front. There's a fixed rate. Unlike HELOCs usually are adjustable mortgages and the adjustable rate, and the cash out is a fixed rate. You can also use that cash out to consolidate debt once you are building that particular property. So let's say you have credit card debt, you can put that into the loan as well if we need to do that. What about if you're self-employed? What about if you're an investor, you don't live in a property, but you want to put an ADU on one of your investment properties? Well, this is going to be for you. Traditional income verification can be a hurdle for entrepreneurs like the young lady in this picture who is an entrepreneur. A DSCR loan, which is a debt service coverage ratio loan, DSCR, the qualification is based on the rental income of the property and the loan to value. Income of the property, not your personal tax returns. We're not going to look at any of your personal assets or income, just the property itself. There's no DTI ratio. And then there's also a bank statement loan. So we can also finance you on your bank statements of 12 to 24 months. I usually do 12 months. So let's just say we're not looking at your other property, but we're looking at your income in your bank account. Most people who are self-employed make decent money, but on their taxes, they deduct everything. They deduct the dog's water, everything they deduct. And we know sometimes that we need to use our bank statements to show the money that we have going in. This right here is one of the scenarios that Dr. Barnes and I talked about, and we helped this particular young lady and her mother get an ADU built on their property. The daughter was not on title or on the loan. We refinanced the property with a renovation loan, put the daughter on the loan itself. Dr. Barnes assisted in helping them get a trust to protect the other siblings and let them know what's going to happen in the case of the mother's passing. Dr. Barnes was absolutely wonderful in that. So I'm going to play a few minutes of this to just see this, okay? So here you go.
With your help, your guidance, and your knowledge,
wonderful. Thank you.
You explained the process very well. Explained to us exactly what we needed to get together.
Hello, everyone. This is TR McCarthy, a.k.a. TR the Loan Guy, a.k.a. the Mortgage Goat, mortgage broker for Sceptre Mortgage. How are you doing today? Today, I wanted to take the time. I wanted to stop everything I'm doing, and I wanted to congratulate Miss Jeannie and her mother, Miss Delia Aguilera. We just closed a loan for them a few weeks ago, and we refinanced the property to build an ADU in their backyard. So put your hands together and help me welcome, I should say, Miss Jeannie and Miss Delia Aguilera. How you guys doing today?
We're doing fine.
We're good.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We're good.
Well, I'm appreciative of you guys coming on and just giving us your feedback on the process. So we just closed this, what, about 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, right? Week and a half, 2 weeks ago. The pointers are this. We actually submitted the file on Friday the 14th. On Monday the 17th, we got our first approval. On, I believe, that Friday, the 21st, we actually got it clear to close.
Yes.
That following Monday, we got docs out.
Yep.
And that Thursday, which was the 27th, we actually funded your loan. So in less than 2 weeks from submission, we got our approval. We got our clear to close. That includes getting the appraisal back. We really went really fast on this particular file. But within 2 weeks from start to finish, you guys got money in hand. How was that experience for you guys?
I'll let my mama talk first.
Yes, ma'am.
Excited, a little worried. I had never done this before, so this is a new experience for us. It's a new journey that we're going through.
Absolutely. Well, during the process, I appreciate you explaining that. Did you feel like you were supported during this process and that your questions were answered?
Definitely. Yes, you did.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I appreciate that. Like I said, I know that you're a little bit old school and we're doing a lot of stuff through technology and technocracy, as they call it. But you guys did a great job.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Thank
guys
you.
did a great job.
With your help, your guidance, and your knowledge, getting all those documents together, was a little challenging. And then Mama's not here, is not familiar with e-docs and all that new technology, so it was a little overwhelming. She's old school, so
Absolutely.
we good. You explained the process very well. Explained to us exactly what we needed to get together, documents, her end, my end, because together we're doing this together. So yeah, it was a lot, but we did it.
We did it.
Absolutely. And so, Jeannie, what was the process like for you? How was it? Was it nerve-wracking for you as well?
Actually, no. For me, it was like, let's do this, let's get it done. And I was reassured with you and Dr. Sharon Barnes that something like this is possible. That's just the way the world is right now. Houses are just so expensive. So the process of getting the docs, getting financed, doing all the stuff that we had to do, it went pretty smooth. It really did.
It did.
Yeah, it was nice.
Wonderful. Now, right between you guys, I see that's the spot that you're going to put the ADU, the accessory dwelling unit, correct?
Correct. 2-bedroom.
All right. A 2-bedroom. That's going to be nice. 700 square feet?
750.
And 50. That's going to be nice.
That's
know. Going to be nice. The last one I did, I think, was 500. So this one's going to be bigger than that one. 2 bedrooms. Again, this is not the end of our journey because we're going to document the build of it as well. So once you guys break ground on that, I'm going to be out there to film. As we get through the process, we're going to do another little short film, and the finished product we're going to showcase for you guys. And I really appreciate that.
Oh, yes, me too. Absolutely. Just so that we.
Well, I want to just go ahead and make sure, cut it short there so I can be cognizant of time, but that was one of our great accomplishments to get that done in 14 days for them. They were extremely happy, and I was just ecstatic to be a part of it. And again, I want to say thank you to Dr. Barnes and all of her expertise in helping the client get through the process, all of her team and the individuals that she knows to get them permitted, to get them contractors and all of those things. So at this time, I want to return it back over to Chris. But if you want to contact me, my number's here on the screen, 888-488-5066. You can also book a free one-on-one with me for 30 minutes. It's a free one-on-one. There's no obligation. Just go to sceptremortgage.com/book. If you're an agent, if you are an investor and you want to just talk about some things, I'm here to assist, okay? There's no pressure at any time. So with that being said, Chris, back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Let's give a round of applause to TR, virtual hand or a hand clap. For those of you not on camera, let's see them virtual hands give it up, because that was a great story and a great presentation as well. So thank you so much, TR.